Manfred von Richthofen, the Red Baron, a name to strike fear into the hearts of Allied pilots. His bright red Fokker triplane, a fearsome beast of the air. It was an extension of his will, a weapon of unmatched lethality. The Baron patrolled his sector of the front. His eyes, sharp and piercing, scanned the sky for any sign of movement. Any flicker could be an enemy. Today, the hunt was on.
Today, the Baron's mission was critical. An escaped spy was on the run. He carried vital secrets. The spy was aboard a Fokker E-3 airplane. The Baron had to stop him for the fatherland, for victory.
A glint of metal against the sun. A lone Fokker E-3, a single-seater fighter. It was flying low and slow. The Baron smiled. This was too easy. He pushed the throttle forward and his plane surged ahead. The chase was on. Engines roared as both planes twisted and turned in the sky. The air crackled with the chatter of machine guns, each pilot a deadly dance of desperation and skill. The Fokker E-3, valiant but outmatched. Unseen, beneath the dogfight, a farm, a place of peace, oblivious to the deadly valley above. Fields lay ploughed and ready for planting. A young boy helped his father repair a fence, their laughter a stark contrast to the battle raging in the heavens. The rumble of engines, distant at first, grew louder. A fleeting shadow of the two planes, locked in their deadly embrace, passed overhead. The boy stopped, mesmerized by the spectacle. Lined up behind the enemy plane, the Baron fired his twin machine guns. Bullets ripped through the air. A burst of fire. The Fokker E-3 shuddered, trailing smoke, its fate sealed. The Red Baron watched, cold and calculating, as his enemy fell. Smoke poured from the engine. The pilot struggled to maintain control. He knew he was going down. The Fokker E-3 was in trouble. The pilot fought to keep the plane airborne. He scanned the ground desperately. There, a farm with a field. It would have to do. He banked the plane sharply, hoping he could make it. The plane slammed into the ground. It bounced once, then skidded to a stop. The pilot was dazed, but alive. He knew he had to get out of the plane. He unbuckled his harness and climbed out. He looked around. He was alone. He reached back into the cockpit and pulled out a leather satchel. It contained vital information. Clutching it tightly, he knew he had to get to safety. He started running. The Red Baron circled overhead, He had seen the Fokker E-3 crash. He wanted to make sure the pilot was dead. He dipped his wings low and looked down. There was no sign of the enemy pilot, but the Baron knew he couldn't have survived that crash. He smiled. Another victory. He turned his plane and headed for home. A Sopwith Pup appeared in the sky. At the controls was Snoopy, a determined pilot. He had seen the whole thing. He knew the pilot of the Fokker E-3 was a spy. Snoopy had to help him. He dove down on the Red Baron. The Baron was caught off guard. He turned to face his attacker. The two planes circled each other like two angry birds. The sound of machine gun fire filled the air. Snoopy fired a burst from his machine gun. The bullets found their mark. The Red Baron's plane shuddered and spiraled down towards the earth. Snoopy had won the day. He landed his plane in the field and rushed over to the spy. The spy was injured but alive. The information was safe.
Snoopy had won the day.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.